Morning students, welcome back to P.N.AMERSEY e-learning classes. Students, today is the 7th and the last part of chapter number 11, and that is force and pressure. Now students, today's first topic of this video is pressure exerted by gases. As you all know, the substances such as hydrogen, helium, oxygen, nitrogen and carbon dioxide are gases. All the gases exert pressure on the walls of their containers. Though pressure is exerted by all the gases, but since air is the most common gas, therefore we will discuss the pressure exerted by air in detail. Air exerts pressure in all the directions. This point will be clear from the following discussion, which we will discuss in our next slide. Students, you can see in the picture that a balloon contains hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas exerts pressure on the walls of the balloon. Similarly, a boy is blowing a balloon in second picture. The air exerts pressure on the walls of the balloon. Air is a mixture of gases that you all know. All the gases are made up of tiny particles called molecules, which move around quickly in all directions. The fast-moving gas molecules collide with one another and with the walls of container in which they are kept. When the fast-moving gas molecules collide with the walls of their container, they exert a force on the walls of the container. This force produces gas pressure or air pressure. We can now say that air pressure arises due to the constant collision of the tiny molecules of gases present in air with the walls of the container in which it is enclosed. Our next topic is atmospheric pressure. We live on earth and there is a lot of air above us. The layer of air above the earth is called atmosphere. The air in our atmosphere extends up to 300 km above the surface of the earth. The atmosphere contains a tremendous amount of air. Air has weight. So atmosphere containing a tremendous amount of air has enormous weight. Enormous weight student means बहुत ज़्यादा वाला weight. The weight of atmosphere exerts a pressure on the surface of the earth and on all the objects on the earth, including ourselves. This pressure is known as atmospheric pressure. Now we can also say that atmospheric pressure is the air pressure which is exerted by the weight of air present in the atmosphere. In other words, atmospheric pressure is due to the weight of air pressure in the atmosphere above us. Just as the pressure in the liquid acts in all directions, in the same way atmospheric pressure also acts in all directions, even upward. On the surface of earth, the atmospheric pressure is maximum at the sea level. As we go up in the atmosphere from the surface of the earth, the atmospheric pressure goes on decreasing. So the atmospheric pressure on the top of a high mountain will be much less than that in its base. Friends, we will perform an activity to show the existence of atmospheric pressure. For that, take a glass tumbler filled to the brim with water and cover with a piece of thick and smooth card. We press the card hard so that there is no air in the glass tumbler. Keeping the card in position with one hand, we invert the glass tumbler full of water. The hard supporting card is then withdrawn slowly. We will see that the piece of card does not fall though the tumbler is full of water and exerts pressure on the card in downward direction. The card does not fall because the atmospheric pressure acts on the card in the upward direction and holds the card in place. The upward atmospheric pressure acting on the card is greater than the downward pressure of water on the card. Students, I will give you the answer of the question that the pressure due to atmosphere is great, then why are we not crushed by it? And answer is our body has a liquid called blood which flows through blood vessel into each and every cell of our body. Our body itself exerts a pressure called blood pressure which is slightly greater than the atmospheric pressure. Since the atmospheric pressure acting on our body from outside is balanced by the blood pressure acting from the inside, so we do not get crushed. So, application of atmospheric pressure in everyday life. We will learn about this topic. We use many simple devices in our everyday life which work on the existence of atmospheric pressure, for example, such as drinking straw, a syringe, a dropper, and a rubber sucker, work on the existence of atmospheric pressure around us. First one is drinking straw. The drinking straw is a very thin pipe which is used to drink soft drink. The drinking straw works on the existence of atmospheric pressure. Second application is syringe. A glass tube with a nozzle and piston for sucking in and ejecting liquid in a thin stream is called a syringe. The syringe works on the existence of atmospheric pressure. Students, these are the pictures of straw and a syringe. How does it work? It is also shown in this picture. You must watch these pictures very carefully, then only you will be able to understand the working of a straw and a syringe. Another application which works on atmospheric pressure is dropper. The dropper is a short tube with a rubber bulb at one end and a nozzle at the other end. A dropper is used for measuring out drops of a liquid. A dropper works on the existence of atmospheric pressure. Filling of ink in a pen is also based on the existence of atmospheric pressure. Another application is a rubber sucker. A rubber sucker is a device made of rubber that stick firmly to flat and smooth surface on pressing. A rubber sucker looks like a small concave shaped rubber cup. When we press the rubber sucker on a flat smooth surface, its concave rubber cap gets flattened, pushing out most of the air from beneath it. Therefore, the air pressure inside the rubber sucker becomes very low. The much greater atmospheric pressure acting on the rubber sucker from outside fixes the rubber sucker firmly on the flat surface. Rubber suckers are usually used to hold objects together with the help of a suction. Students, these are two pictures of dropper and a rubber sucker. In these two pictures, the working of dropper and rubber sucker is been shown. You must watch these two pictures very carefully, then you will be able to understand the working of dropper and rubber sucker. It works on the principle of atmospheric pressure. This is the end of today's video, students. I end my video here only, and this is also the end of this chapter, chapter number 11, that is force and pressure. So thank you, students, for watching my video. Thank you and goodbye.